Brandon Brandt, and I work here at Keencut in the United Kingdom. Cold and rainy today. Thank you for joining the session, all of Glance's customers. And we'll be talking today about Keencut, high precision manual cutting machines manufactured in the United Kingdom. We manufacture all the parts, we assemble them, we test all of our machines, we package them, send them all to Knoxville, Tennessee, where Glance have their inventory, and then they can distribute out to all of you. So let's start by using our imagination a little bit today. You've all had a series of boards to cut and to finish and to print. So imagine this set of boards. You need to cut them all to size. So the width needs to be the same dimension, the measurement, and the length has to be the same measurement. Now, you've spent a lot of money on that Muto printer, for example. You've thought about that investment. You thought, yeah, I need a really good printer. I'm going to get my Muto printer. So you've got a beautiful Muto print, let's imagine, on this substrate. The substrate itself, you've got the best of the best. You've spent serious dollars on it. You might even have laminated it with maybe one of the latest laminators. You've thought a lot about that investment. And then some of you will be thinking, I need to cut it now. I'm going to take the most expensive way of cutting, a box knife and a ruler. Why is this expensive? Because chances are you'll either have to recut. You've wasted that expensive print on that expensive substrate with that expensive laminate, with the most expensive way of cutting. Please think about spending as much time thinking about the investment you're going to make in your cutting solution, because at the end of the day, when you hand over that print to your customer, what they see is the finishing first. Okay, so they will notice that uneven cut. Every error that you make with your cutting, with your ruler and your knife, is going to cost you time and it's going to cost you money. If you're using Keencut, you're going to be faster, you're going to be safer, protecting your team and yourselves, and it's going to be more accurate. It's just a game changer. So I'm going to show you how workshops already across the United States of America are using finishing in a faster, safer, and more accurate way. And they are also at the same time boosting their bottom line. Okay, Keencut is a game changer. So welcome to our horizontal cutter range. We'll do that first. So we're cutting things like all the different types of boards. So think of gator board, corrugated boards, foam centered boards, PVC boards, all up to 1/2 inch that you can cut on the Keencut Evolution 3. And you can also cut softer materials, more flexible materials like vinyls, banners, foils, tissue papers, textiles, fabrics. It is a really versatile cutter and it keeps your work accurate. Less mistakes means you can do more billable jobs during the day and you can make more profit. And let's face it, we're all here to be making more money. And this is the way to do it. Not this is an expensive way. This is the best way. And this is the way that's going to make you more money and create more time for you to make even more money over the days, weeks, and years of business. So Evolution 3, there's 2 models I'm going to talk about today. The best-selling one is the Smart Fold, which is the one I have here in the studio. Smart Fold, it says what it does on the box. It smartly folds away. Okay, what's the beauty of that? It's out of your way, so it's, first of all, it's nice and tidy, but it also gives a nice clean space on your workbench to do other billable jobs. Okay, it also has its own cutting strip. So when you're cutting things like textiles, fabrics, you need to use a cutting mat because we use a rotary wheel. Where's my cutting mat? Where have I put that? I'm losing time. I'm losing time. I'm losing money. Where is it? Smart Fold, it's integrated into your machine. Okay, so it's Smart Fold, it folds away. So that is actually the best seller with Glance at the moment on our horizontal cutters, the Smart Fold. They start at 44 inches, so you've got your smaller version. And for those in really wide format, we go up to 144 inches. So we try and cater for you all. 44 inches goes to 64, 84, etc., all the way up to 144. Now, the second model in the Evolution 3 is called the Evolution 3 Bench Top. Now, I always remember it as bench top. It's on top of your bench. It's fixed. You cannot fold it away. It's bench top fixed. So if you're okay with space and for your cutter to remain fixed to your bench, you'll save yourself maybe a couple of $100. That's the difference between the two. It doesn't have a cutting strip either. So I would recommend, if you are cutting a lot of fabrics, textiles, or more flimsy materials, I definitely recommend the Smart Fold because you're going to gain time with that cutting strip. Both of the models have this mechanism here called the lift and hover. So this, as you can see, it moves on both sides. Now, why do we have this? So if I show you, oh, here's some 1/2 inch foam board, foam centered foam board. Now, if I want to match up my crop lines, I've got not only this sightline strip, which that's where the blade's going to be, but I also have my lift and hover so that I can gently position it right up until I need the right and clamp. And as you can see, that's nice and firmly clamped. We've got our accuracy, again, precision, because this groove here, that is where my blade is going to go every single time. With your knife and your ruler, you've got no guarantee. Let me show you the head. So this head is standard with the bench top. So let me get that in focus for you. There you go. With the bench top and with the Smart Fold. The two blades, the benefit is that you can go 4 times faster than your knife and your ruler because you've got one direction, another direction, or you could have both blades in the same direction but at different depths. You would use this here to alter the depth of your blade. Safety. We're protecting you, we're protecting your team. The cost of an injury is going to far outweigh the cost of the Keencut Evolution 3. Okay, it's worth considering. Look at these steel bearings. So this is quality, high quality engineering, durability, hard wearing, and this is why we give our machines a 5-year warranty. So those steel bearings are running along steel tracks. This machine is for high production, and but I'm going to show you how it's 4 times faster. So I'm going to press down here on one of my blades. I'm going this way. Okay, beautiful, nice, clean cut. Don't hover, checking my sight line, checking my crop lines, press. I'm pressing down, my blade has gone in the same place over and over again. I'd cut down the middle as well. Okay, what you can also do is here we have a material guide. So this worktop material guide is fixed to your bench and you can calibrate the measurements. So for example, I've currently got it on 8 inches. I would just press this down here and then you butt up your material so that it means that when you cut here, from here to here, every single piece is 8 inches. Okay, so it's a great tool. Again, saving you time, saving you money, more billable jobs, more profit margin. So with that double graphic head that's standard, I recommend you cut all your denser materials, your semi-rigid materials, but then anything you have like fabrics, textiles, more delicate materials, I recommend that you invest with Glance this accessory here, which is our fabric tool head. There we go. So as you can see, it's a rotary wheel blade, safe, keeping you safe, keeping your team safe. You can alter the height. Again, we've got those Keencut steel bearings. It's a sign of quality, hard wearing, durability. But easy to swap. You can easy quick swap or you can leave it on. So then it's there to use. Quick swap on the steel track rods. I apologise, I have the tiniest piece of textile left. What we will do is, so we need a cutting mat. We're cutting with a rotary blade, but as I said, on the Smart Fold, we already have that strip. So using my lift and hover, I'm following the guideline of my strip and I'm shutting down. Nice and clamped. I'm going to press down firmly on the head every single time, the perfect cut. All those errors, we're saving time, we're saving money because every cut's the same. You can trust in Keencut. It is it's widely used already in many shops in the USA, and in partnership with Glance, we are trying to boost this knowledge for you as end users, as owners, as people who work in the industry, to think about the money you are spending on your finishing solutions, because the return on investment is quick and it's high. Now we also have another horizontal cutter that I would like to mention, because so this is a Keencut Sabre. Now, just to add on the Evolution 3, the accuracy is to 0.08 of an inch across the length of the cut. So you're talking, if your customer comes and wants their print just absolutely perfect, it's the Evolution 3 that you need to be using to achieve that. Now, if you're looking for general accuracy and a general purpose cutter, the Keencut Sabre is the one for you. It goes from 40 inches all the way to 120 inches. It's a portable cutter and it has its own base, so you don't need a cutting mat. Now, as you can see, it still has the groove, so when we're going to press in the blade, again, you've got that Keencut standard of accuracy and precision, because the blade goes in this groove time after time. Okay, it's not like somebody using the knife and the ruler. Or you make me a cup of coffee, please. Oh dear. Or just simply, it doesn't cut straight every time when you're using a knife and a ruler. With the Sabre, we eliminate all those types of issues. So we've got the head that comes as standard with options to change over the blade holders. all included in the price. Okay, it comes in the box, you're ready to take it out the box, you're starting your billable job straight away. Unscrew this blade holder here, take off that's the graphic blade holder. Now I recommend you use this for the more denser, thicker materials because it's a thicker blade, but it's a very accurate blade. This one here, you would just place it, take this one off, put this one on. It's for your fabrics, your textiles, foils, etc. And then you also have the option of the medium duty blade. So they are a slightly thinner blade than the graphic, and you just use these for your foam boards and things like that, and your Corex would be great. Now, so you can either buy the saber and put it on your own bench or your own workspace, or you can also buy the stand from Glance, which is on wheels, and it's got a waste catcher and it's got its roll feed. So you'll put the roll of vinyl on that, you'll pull it through, push it underneath the clamp, cut, and it's a great accessory, and then wheel it out of the way. So have a think about, do you want it with the stand or without the stand? Please talk to your Glance reps, they'll be able to advise you, or call Glance directly and their inside sales team will be able to advise. So that's the saber. So we've done the saber, the Evolution 3, both models, the bench top and the smart fold. And to save you from using your blade and your ruler just for your quick trims, you can invest in the Simplex. So a lovely portable cutter, very lightweight, one piece of aluminium extrusion. So it gives an accurate cut. Think of it as a ruler and the blade in one. So it is a much safer solution than using your knife and your ruler. And also if you're going on site, you can take it with you. The same as the saber, you can pop it in your truck and go on site and do very accurate, safe, fast cutting on site. Now, thank you for watching the horizontal cutters. Now I'll be showing you the vertical cutters. Excuse me for a tiny bit of noise while we rearrange the studio. Thank you. So there we go. So I'd like to talk to you about bottle of water there, sorry. I'd like to talk to you about the Keencut Steel Track, another game changer in the industry for cutting ACM, for cutting B-bond. Now, with the Steel Track, you can cut, finish, and V-groove ACM and B-bond. Not only that, you can also cut all the different types of boards, gator board, Corex, honeycomb boards, PVC boards. You can score and snap acrylic 3mm, perspex and plexiglass. So just for a bit of background, there's probably some of you who are working with B-bond or any other type of ACM, and you might be buying it pre-cut, or you might be buying it and cutting it with a saw. Now, those of you cutting with a saw will know there's a lot of dust, a lot of debris all around the machine, falling on the floor. You have to vacuum, and also your cut is quite rough, so you have to do deburring. So you've wasted your time vacuuming, cleaning the saw, wasted your time because you've had to deburr. You've also had to do it away from your Muto printer, for example, or all your great equipment that you've got. You have to keep the wool saw away from it because of the dust. So it doesn't fit in quite with your workflow, so you're losing time in between. It's not as efficient. The steel track, pop it next to your Muto printer, for example. Pop it next to your laminator. There's no dust, there's no debris, no need for electricity. It's a manual cutter. You pop it against the wall, 2 bolts. If you don't want to put it against the wall, it has to be a brick wall, concrete wall, quite sturdy. If you either don't have that type of wall or you do want it in a different place, you can invest in a third leg, a freestanding kit. So various different options, so you can talk to your glance rep about that. 3 different sizes, because you can cut your 4x8 boards, your 5x10 boards. So we do a 65-inch, which is the one I have in the studio. We do a 82-inch, and we also do a 98-inch. So, for example, the 98-inch, you're thinking, goodness, how am I going to reach to the top of that? Keencut have thought of everything. We've got a rod here that fits onto the handle and goes up and down. Okay, so just think, if you move from a saw to a steel track, no dust, you've got it in the same room, you've got a more efficient workflow, you can do more billable jobs during the day, and you're going to protect yourself and your team. So let's get cutting. Okay, so I'm going to start with some foam board. I'm going to pop it onto the machine, onto the cutter. Now here at the bottom, you can see these are production stops. So for example, we need to do a series of cuts, like I mentioned at the beginning. Let's say we've got 10 boards that we've got, 10 prints that we've got to do. And they're 10-inch by 4-inch, something like that. So you would block this here. We've got a measuring scale. So I would block it, for example, at 4-inch. There we go. There's my 4-inch. I'm going to block it. I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to put another one, and then another one, and so on and so forth. The other side I can block at, no, that's 15 inches. So you would feed it in from the other side, and then that's how you get 15-inch, 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 time and time again. It's a time saver. And it is extremely practical. So let's pop our board underneath. There we go. I'm going to show you this. I want to show you a close-up of the head. So I'm just going to disengage this one. So here we have the head. And this is the turret head. It's got 3 positions on it. One you will use most of the time. It's called cut. So you press on this button here, and there you can see the blade is engaged. And that is what's going to cut through all your different types of boards. Okay. If I am to turn it again, I have the score option. Now that is a medium duty blade, but turned the other way around, and that will score and snap acrylic 3mm. Okay, I turn again, you've got another option, glass. Now this is an accessory, so speak to your glance rep about that to add it to the quote. It's a small diamond, and it will score the glass, and then it will snap beautifully. Okay, let me show you the cut option. That's probably the one you'll use the most. So I'm just going to slide my foam board underneath. I'm going to clamp down. I'm pressing in to the cut, and on the full view, you'll be able to see, there we go. Okay. There we go. So it really does, just like butter, automatically disengages. and we have got a beautiful, clean, debris-free cut. Okay, so we can do various different types of boards, but the whole magic of the steel track probably centers around how it cuts B-bond and other ACM. So you can cut and finish 2mm and 3mm B-bond on the steel track, and you can V-groove 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6mm. Okay, so here we have our ACM that I'm going to place on the steel track, and I will show you here the cutting head. So this has got 2 wheels, and it will slice through the ACM. And more importantly, it will cut it and it will finish it. So I'm going to slide through. There we go. I clamp down and rest on the top. There we go. Perfect. And I would use 2 hands just to have a little bit of a head start. And it slides all the way down. And here we have it. Here's the equivalent of this is your ACM, and you can run your finger down it. Now, if you were doing this on a saw, as many of you might be already, you can't do that. You have to do another process, more time, more lost billable hours, because you're deburring your ACM. That took me a couple of seconds to cut it and to finish it. Okay, so you can do it, you can cut it when it's printed or not printed. You can do it before the printing process or after. Your steel track's going to be next to your printer. It's just an easy, efficient workflow. Now, last but not least, I'm going to show you an option for V-grooving. Now, when I say V-grooving, it means we're going to make a groove in the ACM so that we can bend it. Okay? To do this, we need to remove the C2 head. There we go. So it just very easily just unscrews. I'm just going to pop that down here. And then we have our V-groove tool. So there we go. It's a V. Now this is an accessory that you can add to your quote with glance. I'm using a 3mm tool because I am V-grooving 3mm ACM. Now you can V-groove 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6mm ACM. So I'm going to slide my ACM underneath. I clamp down, and there is this sightline strip here, similar to the one that we had on the Evolution 3, which means that the blade follows that strip every single cut. Okay, every single cut is precise and safe. So I'm going to place 2 hands on the V-groove, and as you can see, there we have the waist of the middle of the ACM that has come out, and we simply remove the ACM, and as you can see, do a great bend. So you have the start of your sign tray, your self-standing display. You can do things like boxes. You can have, and you can make the V-groove deeper or shallower. It depends how much of a bend you need. You can do a complete right angle. And yeah, the wrap around the posts as well. But I do urge you, please, to think about the finishing process. Think that when your client sees that print or that sign that you've made, it's the finishing that they can see first. And please think about a faster, safer, and more accurate cutting solution for your businesses. Please speak to Glance about Keencut as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your time. And this is a goodbye from the United Kingdom, Keencut. Juliet Vandenbrandt signing out. Thank you very much.